Right, up you come.
I wish you wouldn't do this, Terry.
I said I would, and I will. Come on, hold on to the clipboard.
You'll hurt yourself.
Rubbish. Alley, hoop.
I told you I was too heavy.
Light as a feather.
Well, now you've carried me over the threshold. Could you put me down, please?
Yeah, well, if I lean here, could you get yourself down?
We've got a whole weekend of work ahead of us and you're exhausted already.
I feel terrific. Never felt better. My promotion and this new house has made me a new man.
What a shame. I was rather fond of the old one.
Hand me the clipboard and let's see if we're keeping the schedule.
Well, I don't see how we can be. The traffic was frightful.
It was nothing to do with the traffic. I think we both know why we're late, don't we?
Do we?
3:30, rendezvous with June outside office. What time did you actually show up?
There was a diversion.
Sorry, what time?
I told you. Henley Street was closed. So I had to go down Market Street, double back up Stamford Road, then reverse the wrong way down a one-way street so I could go the right way round the one-way system.
What time did you say you showed up?
4:05.
4:05. I see. 35 minutes late and we're still outside the office. 4:15, crossed from north to south London by way of Waterloo Bridge. What time did we eventually cross?
6:05, but it wasn't Waterloo Bridge.
Was it? Well, I didn't actually notice.
Well, you should have done. You were navigating.
Yes. Well, I may have departed slightly from the original route.
We passed St. Paul's.
Yes?
Twice.
I was trying to find a shortcut to make up for the lost time.
It was very interesting going through that underground car park.
Well, I mean, that was your fault. That was your fault. Oh, yes, I told you. You mistook my directions.
Oh.
Yes, and when I said turn right, I meant turn, right?
Oh, look, anyway, we're here, so let's forget about it.
No. 4:45, arrive at number 26 Elm Tree Avenue, Purley. What time did we get here?
5 to 7.
The whole thing is a mockery, isn't it? We should have had the first roll of wallpaper up by now. If it's the same next week when we do the move, we shan't be in until the year 2000.
I tell you what, when we do the move, you drive and I'll navigate.
Yeah, when we do the move, let's stay out of it altogether. There's a marvellous new firm that did Malcolm's move for him. He and his wife toddled off for a restful weekend at a hotel somewhere, and when they arrived at their new house, everything was in apple pie order.
I'm sorry, darling, no. A specialist firm like that would be far too expensive.
Well, it'd be worth it. They give you packing cases to pack all your valuables in. So you couldn't break them if you tried. And then it's up to them.
To try and break them?
To try and break them. No. Oh, look, June, listen.
Terry, are you quite sure this house is ours?
Of course, I finalised the sale yesterday.
Well, why is the for sale board still up?
Sure, free advertising for the estate agents, cheeky beggars. Don't worry, I'll have that up in a jiffy. Oh, dear. Come on, shift, damn you.
It's getting to be an awfully long jiffy, darling. Why don't you phone the estate agents in the morning? Let them shift it.
I'm perfectly capable of shifting something so simple as a so-and-so signpost.
Haven't had much success so far.
Only because you keep rabbiting on at me.
Only because I'm worried about your back.
I'm not made of cut glass. First you think I can't carry you over the threshold, and now this. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, I'm not doubting your strength, darling.
I should think not. Who won the Johnny Weissmann look-alike competition on our honeymoon?
No, you came third.
Second equal.
Come, it's just that I hate to see you wasting your energy.
All right, come on, I'll show you. Right. Now then, put the camp beds in my arm, will you? Now, put them on top.
Hang on.
We're behind schedule, so it'll save time if we unload in one go. Right.
1.
Come on. Up.
2.
Now, where's the big box? Come on. Put it on
You
top.
don't have to prove anything to me, you know, Terry.
Maybe heavy for you, but I can manage. Come on, that's it. On we go. Got it. Okay. Now, where's the small box of wallpaper?
Oh, darling, you've got quite enough as it is. You won't be able to move with that lot.
Dance a polka, little old move. Now, I'm right behind you.
Are you?
Well, I will be when you get in front.
Are you all right?
Of course, now, go on.
If you say so.
Easy as pie. June! Where do you want this lot?
Anywhere for the moment.
Terry!
No!
All right, Tarzan, you've proved your point.
Me go now. Me go get ladders. Me have sent a mighty herd of elephants. Oh, crumbs. Good evening.
I've been driving around this district for some time now looking for some suitable property.
I see.
Yes, it's for me, my wife, 2 daughters, a great aunt, my mother-in-law, and 2 nieces.
Oh, quite a family.
Oh, yes, and quite a big headache, too. 1 man against 7 females is the worst possible odds. Tell me, how many bedrooms do you have in this premises?
3 bedrooms.
And downstairs?
Well, there's a hall, 2 lounge, and kitchen.
Oh, what a shame. Actually, I was looking for 2 reception rooms so that one could be changed into extra bedroom.
Well, there is a box room next to the kitchen.
Large enough to have 2 sets of bunk beds.
Yeah, I suppose you could squeeze. Look, I'm very flattered by your interest in our property, but I mean, actually, it's not for sale.
But there is a sale sign in front garden.
Yes. Well, it was for sale, but it's not any longer.
I see. Is it because of my color?
Good heavens, no. Some of my best friends are awfully coloured.
I will offer you whatever asking price is.
No, you don't understand.
I see. Let's get the facts together. This house is for sale.
No.
But there is a sign outside.
Yeah, well, that sign has got nothing to do with us.
This house does belong to you.
That's right.
Aha! Then some trickster has stuck up that sign outside your house. Are you so unpopular with your neighbors?
I haven't even met the neighbours.
Which is why you are so unpopular with them.
No, but I'm not unpopular.
Fear of unknown lurks at the bottom of every prejudice. The sign in your driveway is obviously a hint.
What kind of hint?
They want you to move out. I, too, have been the subject of such harassment.
But I've only just got here.
You must make enemies very quickly.
Let me explain.
You don't have to explain, and I shall not be reporting to Reconciliation Board.
You what?
Now, I know what your neighbors get up to. This property is no longer desirable. After all, I wouldn't want people like that living next door to me. Good day.
I'm not prejudiced. I'm not the least prejudiced.
Who are you shouting at?
I know, some Indian chap out there accused me of bigotry.
Oh, darling, that's ridiculous. I'm the only wife you've got.
I said bigotry, not bigamy.
I know, it was a joke.
Was it? Well, it's all the fault of that flipping sign, and it's coming down right now.
I thought you couldn't shift it.
When an immovable object like that meets an irresistible force like me, something's gotta give.
I hope it's not your back.
Come on, get out of it. Crikey, it's worse than pulling teeth.
Leave it where it is, Terry.
Nearly there, just a bit more throttle. Well, at least they'll know it's not for sale anymore.
Smashing, darling. Darling, that's marvellous. You've almost finished the whole wall. I'm not doing nearly so well in the bedroom.
Well, it's this new self-stripping vinyl stuff that makes for fast work.
Oh, self-stripping.
Yeah, it has this special property that makes it easy to strip off when you want to redecorate. You know, if you get fed up with a pattern you want to change, you just pick away at the corner like this, and give it a pull, and it's expensive, but it's really, in my opinion, it's rubbish, isn't it?
Terry, what are you doing in the dark?
Don't put the light on, June.
Oh, darling. Your back's gone again.
No, people can see.
See what?
Me.
How thrilling for them.
Yeah, we haven't got any curtains up, remember?
Well, you're perfectly respectable.
Well, I know that. But there's a name for people who undress in front of windows.
Window dressers?
Exhibitionists.
Well, darling, you know the old saying, if you got it, flaunt it.
I prefer the other old saying.
What's that?
People who live in glass houses should undress in the dark. Now, pass me my pyjama top.
It's there.
Well, sling it over.
Oh, Terry. Don't be so coy.
I'm not being coy.
Well, come and get it then. Oh, darling.
What?
You can be so vain at times.
What do you mean vain?
Well, sucking in your tongue like that.
I'm not sucking my tongue. That's my stomach muscles rippling. Mm.
That wasn't a ripple. More of a tidal wave. Do you think you could zip me up now, please?
You are?
Zip me up. Do you remember I've got the sleeping bag with the stiff zipper?
Oh, all right then.
Now, what time shall I set the alarm?
Better make it 5.
5?
Oh, don't shout, June. I mean, we're behind schedule. Somebody's got to be sacrificed.
5 o'clock in the morning? We don't want to sacrifice our sleep. If you don't get your 8 hours, you know how bad-tempered you get.
Bad temper? What do you mean, bad temper?
You know exactly what I mean. You become scratchy, grumpy, and snappy.
You make me sound like the hollow version of the Seven Dwarfs.
All rolled into one.
Right, 5 o'clock.
There you are, then. You can ring in your ear. Good night, darling.
Good night. That's comfy. Oh. That's better. Anything I've forgotten?
Just one thing.
What's that?
The light.
Oh, you do it, darling. I mean, you're nearest.
Ah, but my zipper's stiff, remember?
All right, but I refuse to get out of this sleeping bag.
Be careful, darling.
Don't worry, I'm well padded.
Mind the clock.
Oh!
Good night. So how deep is it?
28.
Sorry, darling, I didn't quite catch that.
28.
Now, I'm sorry, I still didn't get it.
23.
Oh. Inches or centimetres?
Inches.
Darling. Oh, I've been waiting for something like that to happen.
Well, I'm sorry. You should have told me. I'd have done it sooner. I'm seeing double.
Well, perhaps I ought to do the measuring.
No, just divide everything I say by 2.
Now, you did say 23 inches.
That's right, and it's,
Oh, damn.
28 inches.
Hang on, I just broke my pencil.
There's another pencil in the tool bag.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you get the width?
Yes, 28 inches, wasn't it? And,
That's right.
Mind your head coming out.
Don't worry, once bitten, twice. Oh! Oh!
Of course. You know why you're doing this, don't you?
What, you mean moaning?
Hurting yourself, breaking things.
I'm not doing it on purpose.
A psychologist would say you are. You're trying to make sure that you're in no fit state to do the move. And then we'll have to get that firm of yours. Of course, it's all in the subconscious.
Yeah, well, if I bang my head anymore, my subconscious is all I'll have left. I've got a couple of lumps here the size of ostrich eggs.
I think we ought to get a carpenter in.
Oh, don't worry, they'll go down eventually.
I'm talking about the kitchen. Instead of spending our money on an expensive removal firm, we ought to pull all this lot out and start again, redesign the whole thing from top to bottom.
But, June, this is a perfectly adequate quick kitchen. All it needs is a little rearranging. I mean, take this old dresser there behind. Now, if we put it against that wall over there, you have more depth in the kitchen.
We're not keeping this old thing, surely.
Oh, June, feel it. I mean, this is none of your cheap plastic laminated wood pulp. I mean, this is a bit of your British solid oak, isn't it? I mean... It may need the odd new hinge here and there.
No, I don't want it in my kitchen, thank you.
Oh, but June, when this was made, it was British craftsmanship at its best. Ah, I mean, this is part of our history.
Well, so is the Blitz, but I don't want that in the kitchen either.
Oh, look, there's another door.
That's funny. The agents didn't mention that in the particulars.
It's locked.
Well, they certainly didn't give us a key. Are you sure it's locked?
Well, it must be. Otherwise, there's somebody on the other side hanging onto the handle.
Pardon my butting in. I'm from next door.
Oh, hello.
Would this be an opportune moment for me and my husband to pop in and get acquainted?
Well, as a matter of fact, we were just taking a little breather.
Oh, lovely. We can have a little breather together then. I can't tell you how grateful we both are.
For what?
For buying this house. I mean, what with the reputation it has, we thought it was going to stay empty forever.
Which reputation had you in mind?
Yeah, don't tell me the estate agent didn't mention it.
Well, actually...
Of course they mentioned it. Good heavens, yes. I mean, you don't think we'd buy a house without checking it out properly, do you?
You'd be a mug if you didn't.
Yes, quite, absolutely we would, wouldn't we? Yes.
I'll go and get my husband. He shan't be long.
Yeah, take your time.
What reputation?
How the hell do I know? That's something else they didn't put in the particulars.
Oh, Terry, what have we bought?
We've bought a perfectly decent, smashing house.
At a ridiculously low price.
It was cheap, wasn't it?
Now we know why. It has a reputation.
Well, it could be anything. I mean, could be anything from poltergeists to bad drains.
Well, we better ask them as soon as they arrive.
We certainly will not. We don't want them thinking we're a couple of mugs. No, we'll make up we know all about it, then by subtle probing and intuition, we should be able to ferret out the whole story.
Hello. Are you the new owners of this palatial Oedipus?
Palatial what?
Oedipus, edifice, house.
Oh, that, yes.
Well, welcome to Purley. Brown Pilby, minicars, laundrettes, and the Fizzy Lizzy hair salon.
I manage that.
Not the only thing she manages either, eh? You met Tina, have you, for little woman, ain't you?
He always says that.
This is my wife.
Oh, yes, we know who you are. Terry and Junie, right?
Well, actually...
Or do you prefer the more formal Terence?
Well, no, I prefer Terry.
And I prefer June.
I prefer champagne, eh? I brought these round for you by way of a little thank you,
Well, I really shouldn't. I mean, all we've done is to buy a house with some sort of apparently reputation.
Oh, it don't bother you none, then?
Good heavens, no, we don't give it a second thought.
Aren't you afraid you might go the same way as the others?
Which particular others?
Well, the people that lived here before you. Hey, they did tell you about it before you bought the house, didn't they?
Of course they did. My word, of course they did, yes.
Well, you've got to admit it's an enema.
So what?
An enema? An enigma, a mystery.
Oh, that, yeah.
Don't you think it's a mystery?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
So, as long as you're not worried about it.
Good Lord, no, we're not worried, are we? We're not in the least bit worried, are we, June?
No, not at all. Never felt more relaxed.
Look, you
Do beg your pardon.
Here we go, then. So, what brings you to Purley?
Well, promotion, actually. I've just been made assistant sales manager of Place Safe Limited, the fire extinguisher people.
Fire extinguishers, eh?
That's right, yeah.
Well, don't put yourselves out for us, will you, eh? Don't put yourselves out, fire extinguishers, eh?
Oh, God, I must remember that one.
Oh, Brown Pilbeam, you kill me sometimes. Isn't it killing June?
Yes, deadly.
Ladies and gents, raise your glasses. Elm Tree Avenue bids welcome to Terry and Junie. Oh, sorry, June. The new owners of the Nut House.
You all right?
What did you call it?
Oh, the Nut House. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a nickname the folk in the street have for this place.
The Nut House?
No offence, Terry.
None taken, Brian. But why the hell do they call it that?
Because of its reputation.
You're quite sure they did tell you about it?
So of course they did. I kept telling you, don't I?
The original owner, he was called the Mad Major.
Yeah, he never wore nothing but a uniform round the house.
Well, I wouldn't call that strange, would you, Terry?
It was a Girl Guides uniform.
I'd say that was strange, yes.
Then there was old Looney Len and his wife.
Oh, yeah, they must have told you about him.
Oh, yeah, yes, they told us about Looney Len, didn't they, June? You know, he was either...
Oh, what now, was he the one who, or was that the one before?
No, you're thinking of the other one.
Oh.
No, Looney Len was the one who,
He was the one that took all his clothes off in the frozen food section at Tesco's. Tried to pass himself off as a frozen chicken.
And then, when he couldn't get anyone to buy him, he climbed into a wire trolley and freewheeled down the high street shouting, "Home rule for the Canary Islands."
Remember now?
It's coming back to me, yes.
There's just something about this house. It does things to people's minds.
Can't you feel it, Terry?
Feel what?
The sense of brooding malevolence that hovers like a black shroud over this building.
We think it's quite a cosy little place, actually.
We did too until the people before you moved in.
Oh, yeah, the Fenbys.
She was very odd.
He was odder.
Actually, they were both what you might call, you know.
Odd?
No, not odd. Oh, what'd you call it again?
Strange?
No.
Eccentric?
No, they were... Oh...
Demented?
No, what's the word I'm after?
Balmy, nuts, crackers.
No, Brian, what were they again?
Methodists.
That's it, they were Methodists.
Nothing that odd about being a Methodist, surely.
She disappeared. The police came and dug up the garden.
Well, I hope they come and do it again. It's terribly overgrown.
He said she'd gone to visit her mother, but it's my belief she never left this house.
Well, perhaps he's in the hidden cupboard.
Hello, I don't remember this being here.
Well, it was behind the dresser, and there doesn't seem to be a key.
A locked hidden cupboard, eh? Yeah, you may be nearer the truth than you imagine, Terry. You got a crowbar?
Not on me, no.
I'll get one from the garage. We can force it open.
Wait a minute, might not be like... I think it's all screwed up.
Be like the rest of this house then, won't it, eh? No offence, Terry.
None taken, Brian.
Don't open that door! She's in there. I know her mouldering body's in there.
Are you always this cheery, Tina?
That's one screw up.
Now, look, when it comes to actually opening up the door, I'll better take charge, Terry. In case the corpse topples out on you, eh? We don't want you flaking out on the kitchen floor with a grisly horror of it all, do we, Junie?
I'm not flaking out anywhere. All this talk about corpses and grisly horrors is just hysterical twaddle. Now stand back while I get this door open.
Oh, I can't look. Tell me when it's over.
Crikey.
Is she there?
No, but at least we know how he got rid of the body.
Ow.
He sent her round the bend.
Be careful, darling. It doesn't look too safe.
Oh, it's only downstairs, Lou.
Then why'd they go to all the trouble of screwing the door shut?
I don't know, perhaps they thought it was possibly a bit dangerous.
I told you he'd flake out, Junie.
Oh, shut up, Bryony.
Oh, look, thank you for your attention, but really, I'm fine.
The doctor will be here with your x-rays shortly. Then and only then will you know how you feel. The patient is never the best judge in head cases.
What do you mean? I'm not a head case. How dare you?
Nurse!
In here, doctor.
Oh, crikey. Dr. Livingston, I presume.
The man with the house for sale, which is not for sale. Did they do this to you?
Who?
Your neighbors?
Well, they were there when it happened.
Oh, well, pattern is always the same. Once you ignore their warnings, they turn to violence.
No, you got it wrong again. You see, actually, I was hit on the head by an old lavatory fitting.
You don't have to tell me, my friend. They have thrown old lavatories at me, too. Metaphorically speaking. Well, your x-ray shows nothing definite. Tell me, what have you been doing with your head in the past?
Well, not a lot. I've left it to fend for itself on the whole. Mind you, I have been banging it a lot this weekend.
Ah, well, in frustration and rage. I can understand. Well, you could call for your clothes and walk out from here if you like, but I'll advise you to stay in hospital for a week under observation.
Oh, I can't do that. We're moving house next weekend. If I wasn't there, my wife... You really think I should stay here, do you?
Well, why don't you discuss it with your wife? Nurse, Will you please fetch her?
Yes, Doctor.
If I did have a mild concussion, what would the symptoms be?
Well, giddy spells, difficulty focusing, headaches, lapses of memories. Have you had any of these symptoms?
Not yet, no.
Darling, how are you?
I shall be outside in case you need me.
Thank you, Doctor. Terry?
Oh, don't get too close, please. I have difficulty in focusing.
Sorry, darling.
Could you speak up a bit? I've got this funny buzzing in my ears.
What does the doctor say?
Not too loud. Headaches, you know.
Terry, is it really serious?
No, of course it isn't. I wouldn't be lying down here now if I didn't fall down every time I stood up. They want me to stay in for another week. Well, I couldn't possibly let you do that move on your own.
Oh, dismiss that from your mind, Terry. We'll do as you suggested. I'll phone that firm Malcolm recommended first thing tomorrow.
No, you're quite right. No, it's unnecessary expense. Besides, it might be, what was I saying?
We're talking about the move.
Was I can't remember.
Oh, Terry.
Oh, so don't worry. Momentary lapses like that are quite common in the early stages of mild concussion.
I think I better have a word with the doctor. Don't worry, darling. I'll be right back.
Oh, don't hurry. I'm not going anywhere.
Doctor, I really think my husband should be kept in a few more days.
Well, under the circumstances, I quite agree with you.
There she is. Hey, Junie!
Crikey, what do they want?
This is Mr. and Mrs. Pilbeam, our next-door neighbours.
Are you the person responsible for his condition?
Well, indirectly, I suppose we did have something to do with it.
And what is this bottle of champagne for? To break over his head as well?
Now, we've come to visit him, not to launch him, mate.
Is there a chance of getting him transferred near a home?
I don't think it is possible.
Oh, dear. I may not be able to visit him as often as I'd like.
Oh, don't worry, June. We'll look after him.
That's right, yeah. Tina can come when I'm working, and then we can both drop by in the evening.
Oh, twice a day. Oh, my God. June.
Hello, Terry. Who's the wounded little soldier there?
What have you come as, eh? Sabu the elephant boy, eh?
June, could I have a word with you, please?
Yes, darling, of course. Anything I can get you?
Yeah, get my clothes. Go. No wonder everybody went potty living next door to them.
What about your concussion?
Well, I was exaggerating it just the teensiest little bit.
Why?
So I could get out of making a move.
Oh, you rotter.
Now, come on, get my clothes and get me out of here.
No, Terry. You're staying put.
What?
Unless you agree to letting me redo the kitchen.
Oh, you wouldn't blackmail a sick man, would you?
Oh, darling. Any woman worth her salt would kill for a decent kitchen.
All right, you can have your kitchen. Get me away from those Pilbeams.
But don't forget, from next week, they're going to be our next-door neighbours for keeps.
Cracky, what have we let ourselves in for?
Of course, if you're really worried about the future, there's one sure way of finding out.
How?
Read your bumps. No offence, Terry.
None taken, Junie.